There's Yerushalmi Berachos Dam Mem Ches, according to the Oz V'Hoder article pagination. According to the Vilna pagination, we're in the middle of Daf Lamed Gimel Amud Aleph, middle of Halacha base, and we started at the bottom of Mem Vav of the base with the statement named Rabbi Yanai. The way Rabbi Yanai Amrei Anor Mishnaso, so he wakes up from his sleep. Lamari has say following tefillah. Brucha Tashem Chaim Mesim Ribani Chatasi L'Chol Yirot Sol Menecha Hashem Akai. Shetiteli Leitov. We expanded on this yesterday. What these things mean? Chelik Tov Yetzer Tov Seber Tov Shem Tov Ayin Tova V'Nefesh Tov V'Nefesh Feila V'Ruach Nemucha. That's what we got to yesterday. The Gilyon Hashas says that why don't we make this bracha today? So he says the Pri Chadash says that it's because it's included Machzir Hashem also Green Mesim. So it's included Kain Shama. So that's what he said. The Megillah Nashas himself holds that it's all included in Hanose and Loev Koach. Therefore we don't say it. Okay, but in the middle of the book, now continuing on, the third line, Memches, is the middle of this tefillah. Ayis Chelo Shimcha Banu. Your name shall be desecrated to us. Don't make us the topic conversation of gossip among other creatures. Our end shall be to be eradicated. Was saying Mapach Nevesh, and our hope should not be for something on which the soul expires, really blows out. Don't make us require gifts from other people, and don't give our livelihoods to other people. They give very little. And their degradation is muruba. They degrade very much. Those people do your will. Build your house, your the sanctuary, your city. And actually, basically, I guess, basically the Sheikhah is the Kodesh. Ircha is city, Mikdashcha, and your base of Mikdash. That can't be it then. The Beischa maybe is the house, the Hazara, and the Heichal is the Ulam and the Kodesh, and Mikdash is, I guess, the Harabais, Yerushalayim. Harabais, which is in Yerushalayim. Anyway, that was another version. After the Shmoneh, the following. We should be able to do complete tshuva. We shouldn't be embarrassed in front of our forefathers. We get to Haba when they see that we didn't do tshuva, they will be ashamed in front of them. The son of Rabbi Shmuel had the Amora, the broadcaster in his base Medrash, say that after the parshas, which I guess either which I assume they learned, not that they learned. Rabbi Yehuda talking about East Cold Stika. Sounds like something like Scholastica. Matzah Yidam the Yerushalmi Berachos Lokein V'Gevasai maybe a little Kodesh Baruch Hu Tishbor, you should break with Tashbis and cause to assist Ulo Shel Yetzirah, the yoke of the Yetzirah, Milibeda from our hearts. Shkach Basonu, because that's where you create us. Lasot Tzon to do your will. But the Chayim Lasot Tzon we must do your will. Chafetz, you want us to do your will, but Anu Chafetz, we want to do your will. Mimakev, who impedes us doing that. Source of Isa, the sourdough in the dough, with a fermenting agent that was the rise and kind of be about haughty and proud and not to submit itself to Kodesh Baruch Hu. But Goli and of course, the Yitzhara Goli B'Yadu. It's clear you know well. Reveal the known to you. Shein Baruch Lamobo. We don't have the power to withstand the Yitzhara. And the Yitzhara Menachal Shem Lokai B'Kei B'Sai. Maybe a will Shatash B'Sei that you'll take it away from us. Tachneu and subjugate it. V'Nasir Etzon Chak Yitzonenu. And we should do your will just as much as we do our will. But labor show with them in full heart. So I should point out all these tefillas is Putz Shmoneh, which is a universal tefillah on behalf of Am Yisrael. These are individual tefillas, which they would say about their specific situation at the end. So I'd say that you should have in our bed, meaning in our relationship with our wives. Rashi says more general with Goralenu in our destiny. But I think Purenu usually means the bed. So I'm not sure why he is generalizing more than necessary. Sounds like it's a tefillah not just for tefillah for Shalom Bayis, not for the larger greater good. So again, we should have Ava v'Achva Shalom Berachos. V'tatzliach Mosofenu Achris v'Tikva, and give us success in our end with some a proper ending and proper hope. And expand our boundaries with more students. Now, we should rejoice in our portion of Gan Eden. Technenu Leiv Tov, and fix for us a good heart, Tov, and a good friend. And we'll get up in the morning, you'll find that which your heart quests. And those things which occur in our lives should come to you for good. Meaning, don't pay attention so much to the bad, to pay attention to the good, please. When I lead the base matters, I give thanks for my portion. That obviously it's among the Bnei Beis HaMedrash. Rabbi Avun added the connotation of this is lakel shecholak is lakel shecholak lideo ma'aseh. It's a Baruch who distributed to him, right? No, so the chalki distributed to me, dea, intelligence, and activities which are good. Halacha Gimel. Rav Omer b'chol yom Omer Adam b'chol yom Adam mispar Shmoneh Esrei. He says first time the full Shmoneh Esrei every day. Rav Shomer main Shmoneh Esrei. No, he has to dive just an abbreviated Shmoneh Esrei. If he knows how to daven well, because back then they didn't have very many Siddurim, if he doesn't know that well, he should daven the abbreviated form. Says why it's 18 brachos. Amar Shimon Levi Keneged Shmoneh Esrei means Moirim, corresponding to the 18 Kapil of Tehillim, Shekasim Mirosho Til Shel Tehillim, which are there from the beginning of Tehillim, Ad Yanch Hashem Yom Tzorah, until Hashem says God should respond to you in the day of your anguish. Adam Shasehen, that tells you that there are 19 of them, and more lo Lamrak Shugim Leis Chanami, because of 19 Kapil there before you get to Tehillim Chaf. No, the two Tehillim of Lamrak Shugayim is part of the first capital beforehand, so it's really condensed as the 19. Lamrak Shugayim Chad Minhon. Mikam Rufin said, "Mispav lo nena tzarech tanis." If you have davening and you wouldn't respond to, you have to fast. Yad Hashem biyom tzara. Hashem will answer you in a day when you afflict yourself. Amray Mara said, "Rebbe Stam Cham Shalom Tzich Lamar Rabbo Tishamat Tfilasecha." It's supposed to say, Rebbe, may your tefillah be heard. It's very self-explanatory. Yeah, let's see it here. Okay. I would have said. So I'm sorry. Hashem is mentioned there. So 18 brachos. Amar b'chuna. What's that? Amar Avuna Melech Adam Chasi. You know what it tells you there are 19 brachas from Esrei, and more will tell shall minim kvar kovach lam yavne. The bracha on minim lamashim is made later on. It was tacked on in Yavne. So initially didn't count where they gave a name Shemon Esrei. Heser Elazar Rabbi Yossi Kum Rabbi Yossi Baksiv Kel Kavod Yirim. Kel is also named Hashem. Why we can't? And that's in that Mizmar David Hashem Bnei Elim. So that it's also in that Mizmar. Why don't we count Kel? Kel Kavod Yirim. Amalei said, "V'atani kol shemin v'shal poshim machni azedim v'shal skenim v'shal gerim mital tzadikim v'shal dar b'nei Yerushalayim." It says that you include minim and poshim and machni azedim in one bracha, skenim gerim in one bracha with tzadikim, David and b'nei Yerushalayim. That's some of David and b'nei Yerushalayim. Used to put together at that time. So it sounds like it's a bit weird. It's a question. You were expecting us to have corresponding to each one of these a mention of the of it in the kapitel 10. So let's see Pnei Moshe. Moshe says on the other time called B'tosef the Soper Gil Ma'isel Nami Lel Perek Beis Lachadal. Klama time of Tikshelach Nahashtav Litfei. There are many more. The Maya you calling me kar gam shel dar b'nei Yerushalayim char bracha. V'lavu ela shiva asar. That will put them down to 17. So therefore they made the bracha of minim to make up to 18. Say brachas, and now that we get back to dividing Shalim and Sembah David the two brachas, Pavlo Yutas, it's 19. So counting is off in any event. So this is how we learn out. Elimination ze Hashem kel kavod yesh lo suffix in the gvok bracha olo, since we don't know to make a bracha corresponding or not. Fish enim hashemos shein negi, because now one of the names which may not be pronounced. If you're going to make her lo have a mahadri el chayud ches, they initially only look for 18 brachas negative yud ches as goes to the 18 real mentions of Yud Kei Vav Kei. Bilti Nagin, which are not the names are not allowed to be pronounced. And besides then afterwards it's added doubt. Maybe they should make another one. Gam Kneg and Shem Zeh, also corresponding to this name Kelako Komer. So the suffix they said each one of them, Mishal David, Mishal Boni Yerushalayim, Ad Kara Bifnei Atzma. So each one of them has a mention on its own. Bashta, so he's learning it as a statement. Bashta Kol Nicha. Now everything works out. So he's saying that now that we divided the way the division is made today, that at Semach David and Bnei Yerushalayim are two separate brachas, so now it works out. Now we have 19 brachas corresponding to the 19 mentions, including Kela Kavod. So that's if you don't like Bnei Moshe. The Rid Baz has different gifts from the Gra. Let's see the Rid Baz. Amr Rabbi Levi Knegi Ches Kos. Amr Avuna Yochadam Mishiva Seinun Shalminim Kfar Kovam B'Chach Chomim B'Yavne. Okay, so that's Kena Girsa Shoshno Selio. So that's Girsa the Gra. Again, Amr Rabbi Levi Knegi Ches Kos. It's into 18 mentions. Amr Avuna Yochadam Shva Seinun. If somebody tells you there's 17, tell him that Shalminim Kfar Kovam B'Yavne. Tell him that there were initially 17, and then the Yerushalmi was added in Yavne. Can't give us a shosio with Zal, but Solomon means to say the Yerushalmi mashlim yud ches. The bracha of the minim makes up the 18th. Hey, so Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Yochanan v'ha ksiv el kelako. What about kelako? Somewhere you can have you test. So it should be 19. And with shani, the answer is Tani kol shel David b'bani Yerushalayim. Initially there were 19, but they included as Samach in Bnei Yerushalayim, then only 18. So what about the fact that it says that you put the bracha of Peshim and Machnia Zadim. Pislach Kol Charim Minon Askara. With is there an Askara for each one of those, which initially was two brachas, right? Because it's two brachas. We don't have Askara for each one of those. Isomel Kol Charim Charim Minon Askara Perish Imatom B'Choshe Gankein. Masha Nichlav include those which are put together. Shei Shen Kneged Kol Echad. And there should be a name corresponding to each one. Again, shame, God connected on minim. You need a separate name for the minim, uposhim azadim. 2 or 3. Valzekam marachia b'shem Papa. Is that Rechia? Yeah, b'shem Pinchas, I think. What was it? Chanin b'shem Pinchas. You can Panish Avos Kesuvim Batorah. We didn't say it yet, but we're going to see that in a moment. Corresponding to 18 times each. Within the Torah, Yom Chodam Yutesen, so it tells you there are 19 Hein, and Morlo Schatis BC Lace Minhon. That what says Schatis BC doesn't count. King gives a Shnosel Yo. That's the Shnosel's Girsa. Perish, Lo Chashiv El Mashu Keseder. You only count the Avos when they are in proper order. And here, become Yaakov Tchila, here mentions Yaakov first. So somebody says, according to this, 17, only says in 17 times the Torah properly, and more Chol Avram Yitzchak Yisrael Minho. So the one which says Chol Avram Yitzchak Yisrael is one of them. Before we see the parish, we should really see it inside. Most of it doesn't seem to be inside here. So rather it's a different girsa. So according to him, the Askaras are off because there are too many brachas. So and it's a bitmir like we read originally. So it says Islachim Sapgo Chad B'Chad Minhor Kar. You can find a mention of each and every one. So lav dafka, right? It wouldn't work out necessarily precisely, but now de facto it does. Okay. So as long as we include the ones that we include together. Then right, that was just on the baz. 18 times in Torah, Avram Yitzchak Yaakov. You want to call them you test him. Somebody tells you 19. And Marlo, tell me now, Hashem Yitzchak love that pasuk. Avram Yitzchak, you match my name, Yaakov is being addressed. Lace him, it's not because it counts. It's not enumerating all 3 of us. You know, call them explicitly. You call them you test him. Person tells you they're 19. I'm sorry, you call them you sign him, 17. Amorlo, but you call them Shmi, Vishem, Avasai, Avram Yitzchak, Minhon. That's what that is from them. So obviously, Gra substitute totally different psukim for these 2 psukim. And so he had the Imam al Adam, you testing, so that Zchat is briefly less minhon, right? Because it's out of order. And then a person says the only 17, so then he used to tell him, Yisrael, even though it says Yisrael, not Yaakov, that is counted as one of them. Okay? That is the second opinion here. Right here. No, let's just go to the next line once this second. So before going on to the next one, it's interesting to approach it also in the Charedim. Chaim says, Amar Levi Tani Kol Chulei. Then Kol Kolim Elu Kavod David Askar Achas. When David, it's not that because we had Tehillim 18 mentions, so therefore we have 18 brachos. The other way around. So it's supposed to be 18 brachos. David made 18 mentions of the Shem. And David made one name for each of these things, which are connected, which are put in one bracha for corresponding to the bracha, even though it combines several things. David, but no, sorry. The way it says kolim corresponding to all these, which are initially separate, then were gathered together. David added one more, the Kela Kavod. Okay, that corresponds to all the brachas which were initially separate and then made together. The brachas are gemuras yudches havayas. So for the ones which were absolute brachas, which were never could be combined or separated, for them he made 18 Shem Havayas. Shem Havaya was Shem HaMefurash. Shem Havaya is the explicit name, and therefore it corresponds to the set brachas. And then Parach Ischa Meimar V'chulei Ken Etzarch David L'Kvok Nega Kol Kol Me'elu Askarachas. If you wanted there to be Askar for each and every one, then David had to have many more Askaras in the Mitzvah David, and that's also reading the Gemara B'Tmiyah like we read it. It's the how you're gonna why did David give us all those moral shemas about it? The answer is because those are not brachas kvus. Those brachas were eventually going to be combined together. Okay, Rabbi Shmuel Achmeni of Hashem Yochel said connected Ches Tzivuim Shkasim the Parshas Mishkan Sheni. It says 18 times that to make a Mishkan. And what I wanted to darshan here is name one of my chabusas here, I think, that it's possible because tzav is miyadu l'deiros. Tzav is miyadu l'deiros, so therefore, what is l'deiros in this parshas Mishkan Sheni? So l'deiros is, if not for the Mishkan itself, which is going to be chorev, it's in davening. The Gemara goes on and says, "Yeah, no, the thing is, if you can't count all of them. Done ad seifa the sofa the safri. You only get 18 if you start over there." All right. The Bari Baz says, "So my besofa minion peshos yozal the Shimon Achmeni Shem Rabbi Yochanan was it? No, Rabbi Yochanan. Ain't no question to see by Yar Moshe b'chuli b'nei Yasu kasher tzibah Hashem es Moshe. What pasuk doesn't include? Doesn't say that Moshe saw at what they did. They did like he was commanded. Mishum l'kol asu akol. It's telling about that they did everything like Hashem did. It's not one of the specific commands to do something. Avol, that's Rosh Hashanah. But then Rabbi Chia says, no, you do include that one. The question because the Gagim Mitzvah, law you test, should the maskam mean v'ito oliyav? And whatever, I guess only from the time that the team was made, B'tzal and Oliyav was there actually, that we counted Tzibuim, because before that they were premature, so to speak. They weren't actually in effect yet. Shabbos, I don't do 7 brachas in Shabbos Shemini Esrei. It says kol 7 times. On Rabbi Yehuda and Turia, Keneged Shivas Kol Shekusu b'Mizmor Shel Yom Shabbos. 7 times Shevaya Mizmor Shir. Teisha Shosh Harminayin, from where we have source for 9 brachas of Rosh Hashanah, which goes to roots Malchus Yichronis and Shafros. On Rabbi Abba Kantingo, Keneged Teisha Shkosh goes to Parshas Chana. Parshas Chana says 9 times the Shem Hashem. See, but so Hashem Yodin Kol Afsiyar. It says at the end, Hashem will judge all the corners of the earth. So therefore, or the ends of the earth. So therefore, it's a Shas Adin. You have to say 9 brachas. Chavdal Shel Tanios Minayin. How do we know 24 of Tainus? It's corresponding. As I said, both said Chavdal Parsha Shel Shlomo 24 times in the Parsha Shlomo Melech, and he made the Beis Hamikdash, and he said the Tefillah. He said, read the Lord's Shyness of Rina, Tefillah, Techina, altogether 24 times. Now we come to practical halacha by how to say Anein in the Tainus, which is that a Yachid, a Yachid, an individual time Tainus Tzibor, Tzarech lahazkir mein amor. He's got to say something about the kindness. When did he say it? We only say it by mincha. But here he says, you say, and but it's not clear here, but it's also shachs, so only mincha. Ben Goli Sol Rofei Cholim says between those 2 brachas. And Ma'omer say, "Ein Hashem Anei Beis U'Mano Azos." Basically, our native today, you would talk about Nachnu because we're in a great Shabbat. Don't hide your face us. Don't ignore our supplications. You Hashem answers in all times of anguish. You redeem and save us any time of oppression and of travail. This pasuk is the proof text for that. They cried to Hashem when it was it was difficult straits for them. You'll see from their crises, He will save them. Baruch Ato Hashem, Honeh Beis Sarah. That's the Chasim Sabracha. So it's interesting. I write inside my Gemara. We learned previously the Enosim Bracha pasuk, and here it seems to be making Tanios. It seems okay to make a Bracha pasuk because you say immediately before the Chasim Sabracha a pasuk. Shuvisi said you're not supposed to say. I don't have an answer here. Rabbi Yana b'shem Rishma b'shem Rabbi Yana Omer b'shomei Tefillah. The individual says his Anenu in Shomei Tefillah, not as I said bracha b'ifnei atzmo, and that is our minute day as well. Yana b'shem Rab said Afilu Yochid shegaz atayis atzmo. The individual may decree the tayis on himself. You have to mention the tayis in Yishmael. When you mention it, Rabbi Zia b'shem Rav Huna Kilele Shabbos Uchiyomo. This is it's me Moshe says the Simona ba'amal nakat. Just like Simon. Klamar kol in anenu b'vachar revius including the fourth bracha k'moshe maskir ne'ena mora b'Shabbos bracha revius just like you mentioned in mora on Shabbos. The fourth bracha you say also you mention the tinus in that fourth bracha, presuming that there's a tinus going on Shabbos. So the I'm sorry. So the Pnei Moshe learns. Pnei Moshe says it's differently. Sorry, he says you mentioned the fourth bracha. Moshe was commanded on Shabbos bracha. It's like on Shabbos we say Meina Mora in the fourth bracha, but not that time on Shabbos. On Shabbos the fourth bracha. So to an Atinus, it's supposed to be a fourth bracha. Okay, well, since we are already well on the top of Mem Tes Amud Aleph, we will stop here.